boy. What's up, everybody on YouTube? How are we? Welcome back. Welcome back. I got to make sure that we're not on the Barks Facebook page. It's always my biggest fear.
Oh, that'd be so bad.
Let me do this a YouTube exclusive really quick. So we can distribute this video feed to multiple social media channels, right? And so the options that we have are like Kramer and Jess stuff, all the mixed stuff, which all that'd be fine. If this showed up anywhere, that'd be fine. But also,
I don't even think on the mixed Facebook would be fine.
It wouldn't be great, but it wouldn't be detrimental.
That's true.
Now, I want you to imagine the last place that I have access to is Barks, who is our dog adoption partner, like the pet shelter here in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if all of a sudden I'm like, I'm over here and I got my butt licked by, you know what I mean? Like, wait, what?
Don't talk like that.
Not on the Barks Facebook page.
That'd be bad.
Anyway. All right, we just had a little YouTube exclusive. If you missed that one, you got to go over to the YouTubes, everybody. What's up? Welcome to 127 of Kramer and Jess Uncensored. In case you are new to this or maybe forgot who we are, allow us to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Oh my God. What is happening right now?
What does the song say? Is it Hove? It's
Yes.
Hove, right?
H-
Thank you.
yes.
Oh my God.
I had to think for a second.
What is it? Is it Hove?
Is it
H
Hove?
to the O-V?
Is it
Literally.
H to the Izzle?
Oh my God. Hello, welcome to the Uncensored podcast. It's like the close friends feature on Instagram, how you are very particular on how you show your entire life to. And that's how we feel about you if you're listening.
H to the Izzle. Wait, what was the next part? H to the Izzle.
We're
V
not.
to the NA, right? Yeah. See, y'all act like your boy. You guys. I know y'all think I'm some weird old washed up dude. I'm not.
No, we
Bro.
don't think you're old.
I used
Washed
to.
up, yes. Weird, yes. Not old.
Your boy used to get down. Y'all don't even know. I need to call people from my past to get y'all some stories about how wild your boy used to be. Even Jess, you didn't really know me as wild. Like by the time you met me, I was already married. Like y'all don't know the 20s version of me.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone has that same story. So I assume that you also had that lifestyle, and if you feel the need to do that, that's fine. But no one is asking, and no one really feels the need to delve into that chapter.
But can you imagine it? Like you even because I have a hard time.
These people. I'm gonna call you guys. Need it. Like no one. I have not asked. Hassan has not asked.
No, because I'm saying
no one's trying to prove
like
anything.
I even have a hard time thinking that like that was me. You know what I mean? I'm like, was that actually the way this guy, me today, acted like back in the day? And I'm
but
like,
doesn't every single person go through that kind of like metamorphosis?
Yeah.
Hello, Miley Cyrus is releasing a song on Friday that's literally about that exact thing.
it's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, everyone goes through it.
So welcome. We've been gone for a couple of weeks. We were at Morning Show Boot Camp, and then we were Jess was sick the next week, and it was just too much trying. I was thinking about maybe doing a Thursday show, but
Yeah, we haven't done Uncensored
it's
in 2 weeks.
This is now the third week. This has been 3 weeks off since we've seen you guys. So welcome back. In case you don't know, we also have a YouTube show that you can watch and interact live. Veronica's here. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Erica.
Hi.
Here's Isabel's with us. Hi, Tina. Amber's singing along with us. You know, if you remember, you know how V to the Izzy.
Oh, she typed it out. Amazing.
To actually read
And
V to
spelled
the
it correctly.
Izzy. Yeah,
Love it.
that's really impressive. Thank you. Amber and Celia's here as well. Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
So what I thought we would do is I'm going to tell you really quick. I'm going to start this because if you've read the title of this podcast, you're probably going to wonder what in the world we're talking about. The second half of today's show is going to be an interview that we recorded with a guy here in Maryland that is 38 years old. He's never had sex, but he has 25 kids. And that almost sounds like a really shitty riddle. You know what I mean? You're like, how is that possible? But no, it's true. And we'll get into a story in a little bit, but just know that's coming up later on in the podcast. Let's do a life catch up though, before we get there. Cause I know that we've missed a couple of weeks with you guys, and we'll kind of catch you up with how life has been for us and any big things you've missed in the meantime. Jess, last couple of weeks, other than being sick.
Morning Show Boot Camp, obviously we went to together in Dallas, and I'm sorry, but I'm open to going to Dallas again in another season, but I never want to go to Dallas in the summer again.
It was
Y'all,
rough.
that was my first time experiencing that kind of heat, and the best way I can describe it is when you open the oven and you're cooking something and that hot air hits your face, except it feels like that from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to sleep. And Kramer and I tried to stay like, it was a 4-minute Uber away from the hotel so we could save money. And we're like, oh, it's fine. Like, we'll walk over. It's totally chill. We couldn't even walk. I could not even walk from the hotel
It was so hot, y'all.
to where all the convention was happening because I would have sweat my face off and like we would have sweat through our clothes. It was insane.
So I know that we've got some Phoenix people that listen because I used to live in Phoenix and some of you guys have followed us over here. So Dallas heat is way different than any. Now, keep in mind, I've lived in some hot ass places. I lived in Florida, y'all. Like I've lived in Phoenix.
It feels like you're suffocating, kind of.
But Dallas heat is like no other because it's hot as hell. It's 108 degrees both days, right? But it's also humid. So it's not like in Florida, it'd be like 90 and humid, and that was terrible, right? In Phoenix, it'd be 120 with no humidity, and that would also be terrible. But when you're at 108 with humidity, the only way I can describe it is like my body literally, like without thinking about it, I'd walk outside and it would immediately be like, where's the fire? You're in danger.
Yes.
Did you not get that same feeling?
Like
where your body's like, something's wrong. This is not right. We should not be staying in this. So that was not.
But other than the heat, everyone there was very nice.
Well,
like any sort of like when I went to a restaurant to eat, or like all of the Uber drivers, like everyone was super kind.
Yeah, no, I was down with Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't think that I could do a summer. I mean, we could, of course we could. That's what I said about Phoenix too, and I figured Tampa figured that out. It was hot, but what are you ready to concede that you weren't actually sick when you got back? You were just dehydrated.
Well, I don't know because everyone got sick after boot camp. There was like a weird strain of COVID / just sick. There was a bunch of people that got sick after boot camp. And like, could I have been dehydrated? Absolutely. Because it was just 4 days of me like raging all night and then waking up and just drinking coffee to stay awake. And like, then also having alcohol just for fun during lunchtime and then drinking more coffee for the next panel. Like, I got so excited because I have not seen so many people in so long, and I just I rarely go out like that anymore. So to have like 4 days back to back, and I just was like, I'm going to go to emo night. I've never felt more alive in my life. I'm on stage. I'm like dancing to Paramore. I'm like living my dreams.
Not 1 ounce of water for 4 days.
Not one sip of water.
Even the ice cubes you spit out just to make sure that you didn't have anything vegetable.
Just living and thriving off of Moscow mules and caffeine. And I drank so much because some of these parties are free. So I'm like, do
of course.
Do as much as I can.
Right. Well, with something we didn't talk about, and even you and I didn't talk about this behind the scenes, I just thought about, how was the separation from Garage Boy? Was it rough? Because now, I know y'all know this, but in case you're...
It's so bad! I just want everyone to know, I know that this is ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm fully aware. So I don't want you guys thinking like, I'm over here being like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And even talking about it, it's giving me anxiety thinking about it. I know that this is a problem, and I know it's just something that I need to handle.
She a smidge, maybe more than that, codependent in her relationship. Her and Garage Boy, they go everywhere together. So anytime there's a separation, we always have to go on like watch to make sure everybody's okay with this.
We were sad.
Yeah.
Tell me why that man recorded a podcast. The title is "My Fiance Left Me."
Yes,
no.
I saw
Yes,
that.
he did.
I saw that.
Yes,
Wait, literally, Amber hopped in right here. Look at Amber on our YouTube show. Garage Boy dropped a whole episode called "My Fiance Left Me." Same thing.
And everyone needs to know.
I subscribed, but I didn't listen. What was he talking about?
It was only just because we went to Dallas.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
And even like I just felt so bad because he was.
Was he mad at you for going?
No, he was not mad at all. It's just both of us are just like,
codependent on each other.
We are. Right. And he was even like, honestly, I wouldn't mind. Like next time, like if I can come along while you go do your thing.
You don't want that.
Oh my God.
You don't want that, dude. I brought my ex-wife to one of those things one time. You don't want that. It's just like, first off, it's too much.
Okay. Can I just say here's the thing. And this is how he is. He would literally have zero issue sitting in a hotel room all day,
and
like
watch TV.
lying on the bed, watching TV while I'm out, like running the streets, and then like coming with me to emo night with everyone. Like that's how he would have zero issue being alone, but just because we're in the same place, it would be fine.
Do you know it's a problem? Like when you hear that, are you like,
is it?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yes.
Or does he just like being in hotel rooms?
No.
Does he like being in Dallas,
The
Texas in July?
codependency issue is the problem, as we're talking about.
Or are we just real? We're just best friends.
That's
He's my best friend.
no. Even
And I
best friends
just
need
want him
separation.
to be with me all the
Okay,
time.
wait. So walk me through, honestly, like all BS aside, walk me through like the emotions of being away with him. How did it really affect you? Because you left Wednesday midday
Yeah.
and you got back on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Midday.
No, we got like
night?
Saturday at like 10 p.m.
Okay, walk me through the emotions of it.
Well, he dropped me off at work Wednesday morning, so
Did you
we
cry?
could have like one last goodbye.
No.
Well, aside from so my car didn't have to be here over the
Okay,
weekend, but
okay.
he was like, "I'll totally take you to work on
All
my
right.
way, so we can so I can just like be with you or whatever." And I'm
Sure.
like, "Yay!" So that was fine, and I had a good ass time. I was living my life, but I still missed him every day.
How much did you guys communicate while you were away from each other?
Morning, and then in the middle of the day when I went home to change because I was always sweating through my clothes. And
did you guys have a plan where you like every day we're going to talk at this time and this time and this time, or it was just a free flow?
Just like a free flow. Like when I woke up, hey, what's up? I'd go back, changing, FaceTime, hey, what's up? And then I'd let him know when I got back. Because I was like by myself too.
Yeah.
So it was more so just like,
That's true.
not that he could do anything. He's like in a different state. But just because like I wasn't like with Stephanie or like what, and you and I, just because we were doing different things, it's not like we are rarely in the same place unless we were like at the panels.
But trust me, I literally had Jess's location the whole time that I was in Dallas. Because I was like, I just wanted, because I was going to get there later than her and leave earlier than her. Classic me, by the way. And so I was like, I even felt obligated almost in a sense because I knew how anxious you were going to be about being away from him. I wanted to make sure that like I had my eye on you at all times. So that like I would check that thing probably 10 times.
So he got me.
Yeah, I was worried.
He got me 2 different devices. And like, aside from like whatever you guys want to say, this is actually a really good idea, I think, for just like women if you're staying alone somewhere.
Yeah.
He got me this door stopper where if the door opens without you opening it, it sets off an alarm.
Oh, okay.
And then he got me this other lock where you put it in the door lock to where no matter what, someone on the outside cannot unlock the door.
Not a bad idea.
So he got me those 2 things
Not
since I
even
was
make fun of
like
that.
staying by myself.
Yeah, I think especially if you're a woman who's not used to being alone.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's probably a wise
and some nights
investment
that
to make.
you because you and I stayed at the hotel together, but like the first night I didn't see you, and then you left early, so it's
Right.
like I didn't know anyone there,
Right.
and I was like far away from
was
like
thinking
the
about that
group,
too.
you know.
When you guys went out, I was
Which
literally paranoid.
I'm not gonna do next time, and that's even just taking away just like me like wanting to be with Garage Boy. I don't mind being on my own, but I wish I was at the hotel with everybody else.
right.
And so next time I'm definitely going to do that because I didn't like that.
I get it. I'll tell you one funny story from boot camp, but this actually is more sad than anything. So I packed my stuff, really quick. And I don't bring a lot of stuff with me, but I've had the same toiletry bag for, I don't know, y'all, like 150 years now, probably since, I would say at least 15 years, right? I mean, it's old. It's
not
super
be
old,
me.
right?
Absolutely not.
So when I'm there, I don't remember if it's the first night or second night, I'm brushing my teeth and I look over in this toiletry bag, and in the very top of it, I see 2 condoms. And
when did they expire?
I had to think about this. I was like, God, when did I put these condoms in here? I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, what's the expiration date on those bad boys?
I put these condoms in this bag, Radio Boot Camp of 2018.
Oh.
Wow. Wait, you didn't go.
It was 2018 to 2017. It was something. I mean, it was when I was in San Diego.
No.
It wasn't the last year you guys all went. It was the year before that. So it was probably 2017 then. It was the year that I don't think my other co-host went that year. I think I went by myself that year.
Okay, so it was before San Diego.
It wasn't the weird year you went.
But it's before San Diego,
No,
right?
it was in San Diego.
Oh.
But I think I was by myself that year.
Okay.
I don't remember. But anyway, it's 2017, 2018. I don't remember. It was like it was either
just like on the prowl.
I think it was in the separation phase where I'm like,
thinking some shit was gonna go down.
Just in case.
Yeah, shit goes down at boot camp.
Let me take 2 you just never know. Y'all, same one still sitting in there.
Ew.
Still sitting in there. Check the
Throw
expiration
them
date.
away.
Check the expiration date, 2021.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah, that
So-
doesn't work.
It's been a
my God.
cruel couple summers, like Taylor said. Anything else from boot camp that
Aside paying extra $25 for my carry-on Southwest bag, which is good quality, by the way. I will be using that.
talk about that really quick? We talked about it on the radio show, but I know we haven't caught up on the podcast.
Everybody was giving me shit about the size of my suitcase for like 4 days. And I'm thinking this is completely normal. And I
Right.
don't regret anything that I brought because I pretty much used it all aside from maybe like 3 extra outfits because it was just insane.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And when I got to BWI, it weighed 56 pounds and it can only weigh 49 point something, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were
Yeah,
like,
they don't fuck with that either.
no.
Like you hit it, it's over. Your life's over. It's like
Yeah.
49.0001. You're paying
Mhm.
the extra fee. Yeah.
And so she was like, either you can pay $75 to keep all your shit in here, or you can pay $25 for a Southwest duffel bag. And I'm like, why is this happening? Because everything that I'm bringing, like, this is normal to me. Like all my regular toiletry things, like I
Mhm.
usually bring these many outfits, shoes, purses, whatever. And Garage Boy was like, half of your stuff is always in my suitcase.
That's true.
So that's why you're
Yeah.
over. And I was like, ew.
Literally, when I would travel with my ex-wife, we'd have like 2 50-pound bags. I would have 8 pounds of stuff total. You know what I mean? She'd have literally like 92 pounds of things to bring with her. It's tough. Like that, even that separation of like you're having the comforts of having 2 bags, you
Yeah.
know, then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I can only bring a normal size suitcase.
Mm.
I literally gave Jess shit because I was like,
It's normal size.
bro, that was a big ass suitcase too. We're not even talking medium size. I mean, it was large.
It's normal.
It was family of 4 style, and Jess literally
Very
packed that
normal.
thing to the very top.
Yeah, she be all right.
She got it, but it's literally over 50. But that's really smart at Southwest though, too. Business wise, think about that because no one's gonna opt for the $75, right?
No.
And instead of people trying to like frantically,
Here's your bag, and we're also getting signage because you're going to use this again, and it's going to say Southwest
exactly.
on it.
Plus,
Right.
that bag didn't cost them $25. The bag probably cost them 2 cents, and they're making $25
Totally.
off of nothing. They're thinking they're doing you a favor. You almost feel like it's a favor, right? $25 for a bag, cool. This is great.
That's true.
Hassan, we missed your birthday. The big 2-9, this guy right here. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It was the 17th.
Correct.
Look at that. So bad with birthdays, but somehow I remembered that.
You got mine, but not Jess.
It's
I know.
okay.
I don't even know how I remembered
saw
that.
her
Did you
face.
tell him happy birthday?
I did.
Mhm.
Did
Good.
you?
Yes.
Okay. So run us down your 29 birthday activities. How did everything go?
It was absolutely normal because I had to work that day.
Fuck. The worst.
But no,
What day of the week was that?
It was a Thursday.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say ain't nothing normal.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no problem working the day of my birthday. It's just probably I will take off the next day or that weekend. Probably won't work.
What'd you do on the weekend?
Can
Can you talk about it or no?
a person and got drunk.
Okay, a person.
Mhm.
We're not even gonna say male or female, just a person.
I don't know if they identify as.
Oh,
male or
okay.
female at this
All right,
point.
that's fair.
It's-
Yeah, what do you say if you're not sure? Do you say a person? Like
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
yeah.
That's what I just say a person. Or
That's
they.
nice. That's nice.
That's
know,
very,
being
that's
respectful.
very forward of you. That's very forward thinking on that.
Yeah.
But was that person a good experience? Did you know this person was a first time?
First time.
First time. Met
Yeah.
them out, or you already
Yes.
you knew this was coming? You met them while you were out,
Yes.
and you.
I mean,
slept-
it was a combination of I knew it was coming, but it was the first time
okay,
we
so
crossed that line.
got it. So you knew this
That-
person.
Yeah.
How long have you known this
Oh.
person? Like, is this like a dating app thing? Was this a friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Like 2 months.
Okay.
2 months.
Okay. And how? And all in all,
It was good.
you were happy with it.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds like a pretty good birthday.
It
Is
was.
this just for like funsies or like more?
Good question.
You don't know?
Funsies.
Okay.
I don't know who's going to
Fuzzy.
be. I honestly, between Hassan and I don't know who's going to be in a relationship last. It's like the battle between
Probably you. Probably you.
It's like the
Actually,
battle.
Hassan, I don't think we've ever even asked like your opinion on being in a relationship and if even that's something that you want to do and like want to be in.
Yeah, where
in
are
that
you right now?
timeline?
I wouldn't mind being in a relationship. It
Okay.
doesn't matter. It's just I'm probably it's gonna be hard for me because I don't want kids.
Okay.
It does get tricky.
Yeah.
The kid thing is tricky. Yeah.
Like I
It's-
don't want to have kids. Like
Mhm.
if
Wait, do you want to
I
you
will
want to be with a
compromise
you want to be with a woman then? You want to
or
be
a
in-
guy.
You don't care either way. Oh, but
No.
you're saying, but so if you're with a guy though, is that still a point of contention?
Well,
of,
some guys do.
course, of
Some
they want to
course.
they want to adopt.
Yeah.
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 No,
yeah.
no. Some kids I mean some guys want to have like
Surrogates.
surrogacy
Okay.
and go through an actual woman
Yeah.
and raise the baby and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In that case, I will rather adopt because I don't want to deal with the baby years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to start at 5.
So you would compromise
Okay.
but at a certain age.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
how I feel about puppies. Like I don't
Like
want a
5 and
puppy.
up. Hell,
Okay,
I'll
like-
even adopt a teenager. I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
Like I don't need to go through all that. What do you think you'll end up with a man or a woman?
It's hard to say.
You don't know yet. You're completely is that
It's hard
kind
to
of
say.
nice?
Yeah.
That's got to be nice.
Yes and no.
So I'm sorry. You consider yourself bisexual or
Yes.
what is pansexual? I forget what pansexual is.
All genders.
Okay, so it
are
doesn't matter.
attracted to.
So you're bi, so you're either male or female.
Right.
Either one you're okay with.
But
does that make it more complicated or less complicated? Because you can literally date anybody. Like there's no, with me, it's like, well, I'm attracted to women, so obviously I'm not gonna pursue a sexual or romantic relationship with a guy. With you, you're like, I could date guys, I could date girls. I don't know if that makes it better or worse when it comes to like trying to pick somebody.
It's a little bit of both. In my eyes, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's because for me, it's just like it goes either way.
Yeah.
It's just long as we respect each other, we like each other.
So, you've been in a relationship before though, yeah?
Once.
And it was with a guy or a girl?
Girl.
And how did you feel like that experience was?
It was fine. It's just I knew it was going to end well because she wanted to stay in a place and I was moving.
That's tough.
That's why I knew it was going to end. And I'm not doing a long distance relationship.
No,
I can't.
Boy, I'm telling you. I'm
gonna
tell you.
I'm somewhat like just of a codependency issue,
Yeah.
but I can deal with not. We could live in the same. We could live in one state apart. Like if I live in Maryland, she lives in Virginia. That's fine.
Yeah,
we could see each other
it's so
every
close
weekend.
out here.
Exactly.
It's a way
you could do
different
weekends,
ballgame.
different time zones.
Exactly.
That's one thing.
Once you're more than a day
time
trip
zone and
if you're more than a day trip away, then I can't be with you.
Dude, nothing brings out my insecurities more than a long distance relationship. Honest to God, like it makes me.
It sucks.
It brings out like I already have like
hard.
a bunch of insecurities, but I swear to God, if you want to just fuel the flames, put me in a long distance relationship.
And power to anybody that can do that and do it successfully.
Yes.
Absolutely.
There are types. My brother did it with his fiance or that's now husband for like I think 5 years, and we're talking. My brother lived in Atlanta, New York, and then his fiance husband lived in London and South Africa.
Oh God, no!
So like, they saw each other like once a quarter. You know what I mean? So like,
it's hard.
It's anybody watching YouTube done a long distance. How did that turn out? For those that are successful, I'm really proud of y'all because I know that shit took work. I know that's not something y'all just stumbled into and we're like, oh yeah, this is cool.
Our long distance was just from Sacramento to San Diego, and that was already like difficult.
That drive you crazy?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think it just sucked. Like, maybe it was different, obviously, because it was long distance, and that was our getting to know each other phase.
Yeah.
So and I think that's different for 8 months, and it's like a 2-hour flight, which was easy, and then driving 8 hours.
Okay, I was about to ask, as someone who never lived in California, what's the difference?
Yeah,
6 to 8 hour drive, and then like an hour and a half to 2 hours flight.
But did it make you? But did it make you a crazy person? Like, did you feel like you were a total? Because when I was in a long distance relationship, y'all, I literally like didn't even recognize this, like the way I was acting. I was like, who?
Like what it brought out of you?
It brought out the absolute deepest, darkest traumas of like trust that I've ever had before. Like the littlest things, I'd be like, wait, who was that? Wait, you were wait, why didn't you answer? Wait, why can't you talk? It was like, I did not like that version of me at all.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you turned crazy or?
No, and that's only just because we were the same, and like we both were like this. Every single night we watched The Office together because it was kind of like in the middle, or like COVID just happened, so they did that like screen sharing thing,
right?
And so like we had a system, and again, it's not like I was like, call me at this time and I'll call you at this time. It just happened organically where every night we would watch a show together, and then we would. You guys, do you remember making fun of me because we'd like fall asleep on the phone together? We'd fall asleep on the phone together, and then we'd still be on the phone when we woke up, and then so we would talk when we woke up, and then we'd be talking during the day, and it was just like I'm like that and he's like that, and it just worked. And if I was like that and he wasn't like that, it'd probably be terrible.
It'd be tough.
Yeah.
What's up, Sam? What up? It's been a second.
Hey.
Sam said, this is our YouTube show. Sam said, my friend was in a long distance from San Diego to London for 5 years, traveled 2 to 3 times each year. They're getting married next weekend. Okay.
Yay.
So like, it's possible, but man, I'm telling you, like, more power to them. No,
can't do it. Especially cross continent. I can't do that.
Bro. Like, have you ever done long distance or not?
No.
You just know it's not.
I know now.
To me, it was like, this is how I define a long distance relationship. Is if you like to fight and not have sex, a long distance relationship is great for you because you literally get the worst of relationships. You get the absolute worst part. You don't get to spend time with anybody. And listen, some people it works for. You'd almost think that like me who likes to be alone, 'cause I love to be alone.
Yes.
You almost think
I would almost think that's what you would be. Yeah, that's what you
thrive in that.
prefer.
Yeah.
With that space.
Honestly, I think that
Wait, so what do you want? So like if when she is in the same place, are you gonna be like, I need my space, but like just thank God that you're here? Is it kind of like that?
I think they might need 2 different bedrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 different houses. I'm telling you, this next relationship is going to be different, just like totally different than, and probably not traditional at all. But
That's fine.
I don't know. The answer is I don't know. I think it's because I didn't know anything that was going on ever. I didn't really like know her friends anyway. I didn't really know who these people were, and so
Oh yeah, I think with Garage Boy and I, that benefited us is like he's in my hometown.
right.
All my family's there, and I know all the people he's hanging out with because I'm friends with all of those people. So when
Yeah.
he's like saying names, I know who they are.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
that's something that definitely helped us too.
I already have been, like I said, insecurity issues, but for some reason, not knowing who, what, where made me like a million times crazier trying to like control like who is this person? Like, what is your relationship? Like, what did y'all talk about?
Because you didn't know anything about like the personal life, really.
Right.
I think now I have like this like kind of weird, like I love hearing Garage Boy on the phone.
Yeah.
Because it just reminds me of like, because that was basically our relationship for 8 months. So even to this day, when he's on the phone, I just like hearing him on the phone.
Because y'all got hit with COVID, and then
and that's all it was.
Yeah, that's true. That's weird. Okay, I thought this little first part was going to be short. It was not, but that's classic us. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and explain this 38-year-old man here in Maryland that has 25 kids but's never had sex before. Okay, I'm going to read you these notes, and the story actually is different than the story that we were given.
Than what's circulating, and even on the prep site that's like released nationally, they had that shit fucked up.
So I'm going to read this to you. This is a summed up version from the Daily Mail, and the Daily Mail's headline is exclusive. I'm a 38-year-old virgin, but I fathered 25 kids. Software engineer who loves kids but hates sex has unique method to not miss out on fatherhood. Okay. I mean, that's pretty much it. This kind of breaks it down a little bit more, but it says Drew Sullenberger, a Maryland resident who considered himself asexual, has been donating his quote unquote seed for the past 16 years. And then those donations have led to 25 pregnancies for women all over the U.S. The software engineer claims he has no romantic attraction to either sex, but admits that he wanted to be a father. So why doesn't he have children of his own? Well, we'll kind of get into that part.
So
okay.
yeah, so that half that part is all wrong.
Yeah. So he is not asexual. He is aromantic.
And that was the first time I had ever learned that term.
Didn't even know that was a thing. So he's going to explain that. And I'll be honest, like Jess and I said, listen, let's record this interview and see where it goes.
Because I will also be honest that when I found out that we were doing this, I felt some type of way.
Yeah.
Just because it was not my first choice, because I have just things that I've read online and things that I've heard, and I hate that I have this feeling, and I think it kind of goes along with anything in the crazy world that we live in. I've just heard some scary stories about when it comes to being a donor and like what men have done with women, and like used it like for controlling, and like just how they treated it, and like trying to solicit sex and just all these things. And so with the headline and then like reading the article, and I hate that I already was like, I don't want to do this. This makes me feel uncomfortable because I don't know how it's going to be.
Right.
And it's a very interesting interview, and you learn a lot because half of that story the Daily Mail shared is not actually his situation.
Right. I didn't, I think when I got done, I asked you, the first thing we did when we turned off the recording with him was like, how did you feel about that? And I think his story is really interesting. I think it's a very, I didn't get like creepy vibes per se. I think it's obviously a very interesting lifestyle that somebody would choose to do that. But he talks, you'll hear part of this where he's talking about not getting caught up with like bad people, and he seems like it's almost his mission to like not make this a creepy thing,
And he even acknowledges that, which was shocking to me.
Yeah.
And for him to do that, I was like, okay, so this is actually known in the donor world,
right,
that this is a stigma.
Because I was thinking about it too, and I don't remember if I talked about this or not in this interview, but I even mentioned like that's such a vulnerable state to be in anyway. Like if you're a woman trying to get pregnant, and like I could see how you could easily get caught up in some kind of shitty situation because you're just so
Mhm.
desperate to, to have a kid. So
Mhm.
I'm glad he points that out. And that like dropped my guard. I feel like feeling like, okay, I feel like he's got good intentions here. Anyway, this is our very interesting interview, and you can listen to it. We're going to end the podcast with that. YouTube, obviously, you'll have to go and watch or go listen to the actual podcast today. But here's the interview. Everybody have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you next week. Bye. See ya.